Okay, so Mathilde, could you just describe the situation and we'll kind of work it through together. And hopefully this will help other people with other issues they might be experiencing. So if you could just, yeah, just describe it briefly.
Okay, so I tend to be very joyous when I get very good feedback from anyone, whether it's a family thing that they recognize what I've done for them, or at work, just getting very good feedback from clients, praise emails, etc. And I actually seem to be living for that in a way, or I don't, I'm not desperate to do things, but when it comes, it just makes me very happy. Yeah. So I did the love, what do you call it? Sorry,
the 5 love languages.
The 5 love things, and definitely this acts of people doing acts of kindness to me. And I think there's another one that similar, that these are the things, and also me, doing these kind of things for other people is what comes up.
Yeah.
So it's definitely defining me. But then what I was struggling is when you say, set up your goals, have goals about things you want to do before you're not on this planet anymore. How do you do that without actually ruining it? Because it's not you that creates that. It's just people being nice to you, and well, you've helped them, but you can't really ask for it neither sometimes, can you? So it's very difficult to create a goal that it would meet this kind of person, I find. Okay.
So maybe this is a perspective issue. So I see it as with my business head on, my business is about helping other people. So I too get a great deal of joy when people tell me I've done a good job, and I can see it either in their face or how they move or whatever. So it's not something to be necessarily avoided. So you can make your goals about pleasing other people. It's a way of, as a non-business owner, how do I do that without being like a people pleaser, always trying to please somebody?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a job that is perfect for what I do, because it's not a commercial thing. I am paid to do as much as I can for businesses, and it's a publicly funded project. So my job is to actually do what I can to get people to get where they want to be. It's support. So and it's very rare to get the feedback because they take it for granted sometimes. So when it comes, it's even more rewarding, because they don't have to actually say it. Yeah. But they do the time.
How do you feel when you've done you feel like you've done an excellent job and there's no feedback?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Just move on.
Okay.
Well, no, actually, it depends on the situation. At work, I'll probably take it that, it's fine, move on. I'll put it on somebody else. At home, I find it harder.
Okay. So you mean you think about the job you've done at home?
Well, yeah, just doing everything for everybody, cooking, whatever, and then if I never get anything, or somebody's not just doing a tiny to me when I ask, then I will gonna feel resentful at some point.
Yeah. So
it will bubble up for a while.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, the expectations aren't met.
Yeah, but I do separate work and family for that, because I have a different reaction to it.
Yeah. I know what it's like.
Different expectations.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, even with work, I mean, the expectation is that, or even if it's a small thing, so especially if you've done an extra good job for someone and you've got them an amazing result, rather than just a good result, you almost expect that they will respond with some form of praise. They may not, and you really look forward to that. I think the trouble might be more on the days where you've completed a project, and at work you can kind of deal with it, but maybe it almost does come home to an extent.
Yeah, it can. Yeah.
So it's those days that are maybe the harder days at home.
It's true.
So it is very hard to separate the two.
But it could be also that actually, if I had a really good day at work and I don't get a similar feedback at home, I'm gonna feel not great, because why am I getting at work when I'm getting...
Okay, so this is John DeMartini. I'm going to reference him a bit here. So let's say this is good, and we've got work up here. So this is a good day. Okay, good up here and bad down here. So if I have a really good day at work, the universe is going to balance me out, and I'm going to have a bad day at home. Okay, because you leave work feeling all high, and your expectations are raised. Okay, it's like, yeah, this is a great day.
Yeah.
And you get home, and your kids or your partner or some sort of situation at home will just shoot you back down again, because the universe wants balance. Okay, the universe wants something in the middle. Okay, ish. Okay, we're going to bounce around up and down, but if we have an excellent day at work, we're probably very shortly after, within a day or two, going to get shot down at home or in somewhere else, or possibly the next day at work. Okay, because we go in, yesterday was a great day, or today was a great day, and then you get home at like 5:30, whatever it is, and it's like, Mom, Matilda. Okay, there's this there's going to be something that goes on. So the key for me when this kind of thing happens is, before you leave work, or as you leave work, bring you in, kind of intentionally bring yourself down. Right? And go, wow, instead of being in the car like, wow, what an amazing day at work. And you go, okay, well, maybe you start thinking about, okay, what are the negative things that went on at work today?
Oh, really?
Yeah, just a couple of small ones, just to bring you down a notch or two. So instead of leaving work at a 10, maybe you leave work at a 7, and then you've got less far to fall.
Yeah.
Okay.
I work later today.
Because it's inevitable. It is inevitable. I'd rather, again, I don't quite know exactly how DeMartini puts it, but the way I see it is that if I've had a 7 at work, I'm probably going to get a -7 at home to balance me out. I've lost you. Have I lost you? Lost you. I'm going to get a -7. -7 at home. Matilda's gone. Let's just pause for a minute. Matilda disappeared, so I'll carry on regardless. Okay, so let's say you've had a 10 out of 10 day at work, and when you get home, chances are you're going to hit a -10. Something's going to happen at home. It's going to bring you right back down again. Right? Back down to earth with a crash. So if I intentionally bring myself down a little bit, or maybe a little bit further, back down towards neutral, before I go home, or before I switch environments from, or it could be the other way around. It could be home, you've had an amazing time, work might be then terrible. I want to bring myself back down more to neutral so that I don't have as far to fall. So as a business owner, kind of, and self-employed as well. Let's say one day, I'll make 2 sales, and I have a couple of clients who get amazing results. Okay, amazing results. I'll deliver an amazing training on Monday night. Okay, an amazing training. Okay, I've had a 10 out of 10 work day. Okay, for me that would be, an 8 or a 9 out of 10 day, probably a 10 out of 10 day. I made 2 sales, 2 long-term clients. Okay, 2 clients that are existing have got amazing results with me. Okay, so they've had really terrible conditions, whatever. Okay, if I do that, that's been a pretty amazing day. And maybe I've created something, created a web page, and that would be kind of like a perfect day. You know, created a product to sell, whatever, or some sort of information for people. Amazing day. I know if I have a day like that, when I leave if I go out of my office, okay, out of this door, feeling on top of the world, I'm going to come down with a bump. Okay, it might not be immediate, but it probably will be. Okay, it's going to be a fast, hard fall. Okay, to go from here all the way down to -10. Okay, this is the universe trying to balance me out. Okay, it's the world trying to balance me out. Okay, in physics terms, it's called entropy. Okay, everything that exists tends towards dust in the end. Okay, everything that exists will eventually become dust. That's what entropy is. Everything equates down towards zero at some point. So this is entropy, okay, in physics terms. Okay. Mathilde, I hope. Are we back? So anyway, yeah, so if I have this amazing day, something's going to happen at home. Something's going to break. The washing machine will break. The dishwasher will break. Okay, the oven won't work. Have an argument with Joe or the kids. Like even worse than arguing with the kids. I don't argue with Joe, but you know, or some event in my life will just go bring me right back down. Okay, so if I have 2 sales, 2 clients, what else might happen is, or it could be another work situation. I'll have 3 clients leave. 3 clients will just go, yeah, we're done. Thank you for your time. I'm done now. I'm like, well, even though I've had 2 sales, 2 clients got amazing results, I'm going to get balanced out and go, right, I'm actually down now. So if I don't intentionally kind of look for some bad that's going on in there, and if I think back to last week and kind of doing the opposite of silver linings. Okay, so silver lines was kind of looking for the good in the bad. I actually now want to look for the bad in the good. So if I'm having an amazing day, I almost want to look for the bad in the good. Okay, so if I've got 2 sales, well, I'm losing all that time. That's a couple of hours a week I now don't have. Okay, 2 clients got amazing results. Well, they're probably going to leave soon. Okay, if they haven't left already. So again, I've got to go out and look for more clients. I've got to do out more social media. I've got to kind of double my efforts. I've got to create more courses. I've got to do maybe all this extra work to try and create something different that keeps my kind of, for want of a better word, my funnel full. Okay, so my marketing salesy speak for those that aren't in this world. So yeah, so if I have an amazing result, I want to look at the disbenefit. I want to look at the drawback a little bit of those amazing things, so that something unsurprising. So let's say, you know, that's not completely unsurprising, but something unsurprising comes out and smacks me around the face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about the.
That's all right. You did just be. I carried on for a little bit. So yeah, I mean, you didn't miss too much. I did pause for a while. So yeah, if I'm having a 10 out of 10 day, and I didn't know this, something's going to try and bring me down to a -10 to create a net 0. But
so that's useful for the day-to-day thing.
Yeah.
But for the goal thing, you know, the lifetime goals, what you were saying is try and think of things. What would I do to prevent this from happening? So the negative things.
Yeah, you look at it.
Bring yourself down thing. You'd have to plan these ahead now. So
yeah, think about what are the negatives of me doing. So let's say it's probably not maybe not quite an example for you, but let's say it was like running a marathon. You know, bucket list. I want to run the Paris Marathon or whatever. What are the negatives of doing that? I've got all this time in training. I mean, Paris Marathon for you, I mean, yeah, maybe it is, but for somebody, or New York, or, you know, some world famous marathon, Boston, London even, I'll spend all this time training. I'm probably going to have to wake up early on the weekends to go get it done. I'm going to lose a lot of my weekend time. I'm probably going to need to spend loads of money on trainers, on training gear, on water bottles, training tools. I might need a coach. You can start looking at, even though it's an amazing thing, have a little look at the negatives. This is why I like wants and desires, because it's like, okay, here's my desire, here's all the things I'm afraid of, because I'm almost looking at the negative in advance, and then just going, okay, they're all fears, really. They don't really count. They're just fears. They're just worries. They're just concerns. So it's kind of two ways of looking at the same thing. So wants and desires is kind of just going, well, they're just fears. And then, you know, look at all this. Yeah, okay, look at this big positive thing I'm going to do, but look at all the things I'm going to have to do to get there.
Okay.
Okay, so you just balance things out mentally, so then you're not going to get essentially surprised by a slap in the face that's really going to bring you down. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about balance. Okay. Human body health is something called homeostasis. So when you've got good health, your homeostasis, your balance is good. Okay, so you're not too high, you're not too low. That's what the human body is all about. If my cortisol levels are too high, I'm stressed. Okay, I'm not sleeping. I'm jittery. I'm impatient. I'm quick to react if my cortisol levels are too high. But if they're within like a good range, I can react if necessary, but I'm more in control. And if my cortisol levels are too low, I'm just stuck. I'm sat on the couch, not able to really do anything. I don't have the energy to move. Okay, same with, you know, food. Too much food, put on loads of weight. Too little food, I'll probably, you know, I'll waste away eventually. Everything's about balance. My body, everything in the universe is about balance.
Okay.
And you can't.
That's a useful perspective, I think.
Yeah, you can't. You can't take without expecting to give something back. Okay, so if I'm up here, I mean, it's take is not quite the right word, but it's kind of like I'm getting all this joy. It's all for me. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. This is so. Again, my coach would call this get energy. And this wouldn't be give energy, but get energy is not good energy. So we're talking more about sales at this point. Okay, so it's jumping on a sales call and going, I want to get a client. Okay, I don't really care if they're the right person for me. I want to get you. Okay, so you can give me money for the product that I'm trying to sell you. Whereas actually we want to be in, and I think you probably are, we want to be in give energy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely a give energy.
Yeah. You want to be in give energy, and that makes a good salesperson. Okay, so you want to give someone the right product,
Yeah,
rather
definitely.
than just.
I'm not selling just everything. I mean, we have products, but I adapt what I say to the right.
Yeah, you want to make sure it's the right thing for the right client.
Yeah, totally.
And sometimes it's a no. So do you know what? We're out. We can't help you. Sorry, but here's some resources which might help you. Or the people or the group or the company or whatever it might be. So yeah, it's about having the right energy at the same time.
Yeah, so when you have that in your job and you're allowed, I mean, I got that job, so that was, you know, a big achievement. When you are in that job and actually you're fully satisfied with that, what would be the next step for somebody who is in that give energy thing when they feel that they're already doing? I mean, it's going to be about, okay, well, what could happen, what could be the wrong thing that could happen next, isn't it? And then just try and counterbalance that. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Just try and balance it out.
Okay.
I've completed that. Now, okay, I'm going to have to go find another client, or I'm going to.
No, it's exactly that.
all the work you're going to have to do for the next one.
Not all of them are going to be giving me that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah.
So hopefully
cool.
that's helped not only you, Mathilde, but other people, and a reminder for me as well. You know, to remind myself, actually, you know, if I have an amazing day at work or at home, so I have an amazing day at home. Okay, I need to think about this. So yeah, one of the things I wrote in my diary this morning, because I'm writing a gratitude list. It's one of the things I was going to mention tonight, actually. it's just trying to think of, I think, I know we're doing wins, or should be doing wins in our diaries most days or every day. Gratitude I see as a bit different, but is to actually look at the negative ones and go and still be thankful for the negative events that happen in my day.
Yeah. So at your day at work tomorrow is,
Yeah.
is
So
good.
I can look at my day and go, well, what didn't go well, and write down a little bit about that and go and appreciate that I had the opportunity to do it, right, and do it wrong, or not get the result that I wanted, and be happy for the thing that went wrong, because I had the chance to try it, and I had the chance to do it, and I had the freedom to do it, I had the breath and the energy, right, and the idea in the first place. Right. So yeah, so I'm actually kind of, my gratitude is a bit of a mix of both. Okay, yeah, this went really well, and this didn't really go so well, but I'm happy either way. So I'm not letting myself get down by the down. I'm not letting myself get too elevated by the positive.
You rebalance it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might want to feel good. Okay, so I might edge myself up to like a keep myself above the 0 line, but right. But I mean, but ideally, yeah, I'll bring myself back down to neutral.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I mean, a lot of people think you have to work with people who feel negative, or who've got things wrong in their life. But actually, as I've been telling to you, most of the things in my life are fine, very good. So it's quite interesting to think about. You have to balance it down sometimes to just think of the next step.
You'll find in a workplace, if you look around, okay, you probably there's probably all these people over on the positive side, okay, and you're probably one of those people, okay, and they're between someone who's super positive and someone who's just a little bit positive. And then there's going to be a bunch of people down here, right, balancing it all out.
Yeah.
No business or no group of people is going to be everyone positive.
Yeah.
And you probably experience that in families, and you probably experience that in all walks of life. Okay, it doesn't have to be people, it could be just stuff, things. Okay? Oh, this thing was working really well, and this other thing that is right next to it is really not working well. Yeah, so everything's about balance. Cool. All right. Yeah, so I've got the gratitude bit in. I am running just a little thing. In fact, if I stop that, stop